Hello, you're welcome back to my class again. Today we are going to look at something similar to if statement. Still looking at control flow in Python. Now, I told you that in control flow, you can either use conditional statement or loop. Now, we've done conditional statement. Now, we want to go into loop. Before I start the loop class with you, I want to show you something that is very similar to if statement, which is what? Match case. Match case was introduced into Python under version 3.10. Before then, there was no match case. So I just want to show you how that is very close to if statement. We are going to look at match case in this class, and then in this match case, I'm going to introduce loop, and I'm also going to introduce functions because the next class I'm going to do will be on loops, and after that I will now work on functions. So, but in this match case, I'm just going to introduce this because I'm going to use this match case inside the function, and then I'm also going to use an example that will require me writing the loop. So we are going to see that in this class today. So without wasting much of your time, let's get right in and see the match case statement. All right, this is match case statement. In match case statement, introduced in Python 3.10, like I said earlier, is a powerful feature that enables pattern matching and structured data handling. It allows developers to write concise and expressive code for handling different data patterns. Now, this is the syntax. The syntax of the match case statement in Python is as follows. Match, that is the keyword. Expression. Now, when you evaluate this expression, you will have to go in, just like what we did in the if else or the if statements. When you evaluate this expression, you will go in. This colon is going to activate what is inside here. Now, when you go in, the first case, because you are doing pattern matching, the first case is going to check this pattern one as against this expression. If it is true, then it will go in and execute this block of code. So what this match case is doing is that you are going to declare a variable, and that your variable, depending on whatever it is that you are inserting into that variable, you will be expecting a different kind of code to execute once that variable value changes, the literal you are going to supply. If it changes, a different kind of code should what? Execute. That is what we are going to look at now, pattern matching. Now, match expression, it will evaluate this and then it will go in. It will check the first case. If the pattern matches with this, it will execute this block of code. Else, it will come here. It will execute this case pattern. If this matches the expression, it will go in and execute this block of code. And then, just like that, until you get to this as much as possible. Then you have this last case, which is what? This symbol here is a wildcard, meaning it's just like the else statement. So if none of this case is true as against this expression, whatever it is that you supplied, that one is what this symbol is going to accept, which is a wildcard, and then it will execute this default code block. This is the syntax for it. Now, I am having this using match case in a global scope. Now, I'm going to use this match case in two different places. I'm using it in the global scope, which means it's not inside the function. And this is it. So I supply a variable, which is what? I create a variable, which is n, and then I supply 2 to it. Then I will now match it. So I am supplying this expression, which is what? This variable, to this match. Match n. Then I will go in by checking the case. So which is the pattern? From what I gave you in that syntax, this is the pattern. So case, if the pattern is 0, and it is the same thing with the variable, go in and print out Monday. If the case, which is the pattern, is 1, go in and print out Tuesday. So in this case now, I'm supplying 2 to my n. Then I will go in. Now, it is 2 that is supplied, so case will not execute. It will come to case 1, it will not execute. Then it will come here, case, the pattern is 2, it matches these 2. So it's going to go in and print Wednesday, right? Now, this is using match case in a global scope. Now, if I want to use this match case in a function, which is this, using match case in a function. So the first thing I will do is I will define a function, and this is the function name. Now, this is the parameter I am supplying to this function, which is n. So this function, when it's defined, weekday, is expecting a parameter, and the parameter is n. Now, I will go in and then create the body of that function. This I'm going to explain very well when I get to function as a topic, but I'm still going to introduce it here. So if you follow me, when I'm now teaching function, it will be easier for you to understand. I will still take my time to explain it. Now I am putting this match case inside the function. So what is the function? I'm defining the function, meaning I'm giving a name to my function. And the function is what? Weekday. Weekday is the function name. Now, what does this function expect? This is the parameter that this function will expect. So once I supply this parameter to this function, it will go in and execute. The parameter that I give to this function will now be brought in and given to the match. Then the case statement, it will go in and then begin to execute the case statement. If what is supplied here is 0, it will return Monday. If what is supplied is 1, is matching this as against this, is matching this case pattern, this pattern against this. So case 0, it will return Monday if what is supplied is 0. If it is 1, it will return Tuesday, 2, Wednesday, 3, Thursday, 4, Friday, 5, Saturday, 6, Sunday. Now, any other value will return invalid day number. Now, I am supplying a variable. So I'm declaring the variable here, n, and I'm supplying 3 to it. So in this place now, I am calling the function. This function is standalone. So it's saved, it's standalone. I can execute it and it will stand. You will see it practically. Now here I'm calling the function. So a print function is calling weekday. So the value, which is 3, is supplied to this n. Now this function is going to execute. It will send the 3 in. The 3 will be for match n, and then it will check all the cases. So this case is correct, which is 3. So it's going to return Thursday. Now, because I ask this print function to now display it on the screen, so I'm going to copy this and place it in my PyCharm just to save time, and then I will execute it. And I will do the same thing to this one, and then you will see what the output will be. This is our PyCharm. Now I'm just going to paste that program. So this is it. So I've written this. Now, if that is not okay by you, I can delete it. And I'll write it. So n, you're assigning 2 to you declare a variable n, and then you assign 2 to it. Then I will now come here and I will say match. So I will call match n. Then I will start the match by going in. So it's going to give me this case. Now the first case, I'll put 0 to it. If that is true, go in and execute what? Print call the print function and print out Monday. All right. So case 1, go in and print out Tuesday. Case, so I'm checking the pattern again. Print out Wednesday. Now just stop here and then, so I will say any other case, maybe any other number. So I'm putting this then go in and print out invalid day or invalid data. All right, so this is it. So I'm going to execute this, and then the output to be what? Wednesday. You see, it printed out Wednesday. So if I change this one now to 4, it will print out invalid data. See, invalid data, because it's checking 0, it cannot go in. The pattern is not 1, the pattern is not 2, the pattern is not. Now there is no other number except this one, which is the what? The wildcard underscore. So any value that I supply now will be for this, and then it's going to bring out this invalid data. All right, so this is it. This is the match case. Now this is you executing the match case in a global scope.